Hello, my lovely Pisces. I first see you with little tiny pieces of beautiful ceramic that you were making into a mosaic. But then as it grows and grows and grows, it's not just becoming a mosaic, it's becoming three-dimensional. And there's not only beautiful pieces of pottery and clay, but now all of a sudden you've got fabric and you've got paint and you've got a whole bunch of things, and it's three-dimensional. But it's more than three-dimensional. It's just a bit confused and just a bit confusing. It might make sense in your mind, but people looking at it don't always get it. And at a certain point, you're not even sure what it is anymore either, because you like this part and you like that part and you like that, but how do you fit it all together? Pisces, you are like beautifully creative and from a very inspired place. I really feel like a lot of your psychic and spiritual gifts come out through your artwork. And not all of you have dedicated a lot of your life to that. There's been busy stuff that you've needed to do. You may have sketched, you may have played around with certain things, music, art, different aspects of creativity. But whether or not you were doing it within what we would consider classic art, you have been creative. You might start a farm, you might do this, many different things that you can do, but you don't necessarily follow through on it because you've got so many different pieces that are interesting to you that it can be like the nest of a magpie where you've got all this stuff around, but what do you do with it? What Spirit is telling you is, for those of you who've had difficulty zeroing it in, and again, this won't be for all of you, right? This is a collective reading. So for those of you who've had difficulty really honoring the fact that you have gifts, that you have something to really be proud of, that you really value, it's time now for you to look at that and to say, okay, what makes me feel the most me? And if I were to look at that in terms of what I have created, what I have spent time on, what I started and then stopped, not because I didn't like doing it, but because I wasn't sure if it was valuable or was going to be helpful. Like, take stock of that, because what they're saying here is, if you can set some boundaries within yourself to stay focused on the things that make you the most proud, that you find value in, that you appreciate, and you can really focus the energy on that for a little while, just one thing at a time, it's going to be something that you can do in a very big way. It's going to be something that's going to allow you to really engage in it and evolve it in a way that is going to surprise you. For those of you who have not spent time within the creative field or have felt a little stymied with it, you're going to be surprised how much that can grow. You're being asked to change some of your habits around, well, no, I'm not going to say around that. You're being asked to change some of your habits. The little daily stuff, just because it's really easy to get into a kind of rhythm, right? And that rhythm can be kind of creating mental grooves and emotional grooves that you get used to. And then you don't step outside of that because this is familiar. And especially if it's involving obligations and things of that nature, it's really easy to get stuck in that. But you are being asked to please check out what the patterns are that are holding you back from doing anything, or from doing so much that it becomes overwhelming and you just kind of stop. You're being asked to, and now this is something that they're saying here to me now, and that is, just because you slow down and do one thing at a time doesn't mean you'll only ever do one thing. It doesn't mean, thank you, it doesn't mean that you're not also going to be expanding into other things. It just means sometimes it's by focusing your energy into this one thing that allows it to really expand and bear fruit that will take you somewhere else or feed another aspect of your life. Again, this is not just for those of you who are working within the field of creative art projects. This is for like life is creative. Life is an act of creation. So this is really very much about you understanding that and realizing, this is good too. This comes back to the idea of power, and that power is really something that is not directed by your mind. I will do this, I will do that, I will do that. Power is coming from that center of your being, which is very much connected to your divine self, your higher conscious mind, that awareness of the connectivity and connection of all things, source, divinity, however you want to describe it, that is an inherent part of you. And that as you link into that, you're going to find yourself being able to really do far much more than you have in whatever the field is that you're getting a little stuck in. Okay? You are creative by nature. You are. Start making some choices instead of feeling like you have to choose everything all at once. Okay? That's it, Pisces. Take care, my dears.